Hi Woodcreek, Misty Oliver here. I want to talk you through how you could use Edpuzzle to flip your classroom and utilize the grading features in Schoology to make your grading a lot less work. So to start off, Dr. Moy has graciously purchased the use of Edpuzzle for teachers at our school, which means that you get unlimited video storage, unlike the free account, which allows you to only get 20 videos. So if you don't have an Edpuzzle account, you just go to edpuzzle.com, log in, Google, and then as soon as you're signed in, you can select your account and it'll take you to the screen where you can start to choose your content. The cool thing about Edpuzzle, if you haven't seen it, is it is video driven and it stops to ask questions to students at various intervals. So it can be videos that you find online. Like for instance, if I know I want to ask a question or a video about dichotomous keys, I could search for dichotomous keys. I can select from some pre-made templates that are already available for me, or if it's a video I recorded myself, I could always add the content myself and then add in questions. But let's say I want my students to look at this one, the dichotomous key. I can select the video to preview it, and then notice these little teardrop things along the way. Those are little questions that are going to be asked by the video, and students have to answer it on the side here. They can't jump ahead without actually completing each question. So you can edit, you could add questions, you can even crop the length of the video, so if you just want it to be a shorter one. And when you're done, you would select finish or save and finish. If I wanted to use this particular video for my students, I would click copy up here at the top, or I could directly assign it to my class, but for our purposes, we'll just choose copy. And then you can move over here where it says my content. I've organized my materials into folders, like for Hispanic Heritage Month, I added a folder and then I put the videos that I wanted in there. Or for instance, my focus this week is digital citizenship, so I made a folder for that. And then these are the items or the content that I've placed in Edpuzzle that relate to digital citizenship. So now that I've built my content, I've got my folders, I've got my materials, I'm ready now to actually put it into Schoology. So I'm gonna leave Edpuzzle and I'm gonna go to Schoology. I will click on the course or the first course, your sandbox or whatever you're using that I want to embed these videos. Now the great thing about Edpuzzle and Schoology is that I can assign an Edpuzzle activity in Schoology, and there's two amazing things that happen. The first thing is that students do not click out of Schoology. It keeps them within the system. The second amazing thing is it collects the grades for me and it populates my gradebook, which if you have synced up your gradebook to TAC, then in one button, you'll be able to collect all the data from Edpuzzle from your students, and then you can seamlessly send it to TAC. So you have grades for every student and you haven't actually graded anything yourself. Or if it's a pre-assessment, you want them to watch the assignment the night before, they can watch that, come in, you can review the results, and you can differentiate your lesson right then and there. So how do I actually get it into Schoology? You go to the folder that you want to add it, and you can click directly underneath it. And then it's like adding materials, but you're going to move to this right side and you're going to select Edpuzzle from the list. If you don't have that available, then you can just download it from the apps, but the district has already added Edpuzzle for you to be able to use. Once it comes up, it'll show you everything that we just saw in your content. So you can click digital citizenship, since that's the one I'm building right now, and I'll say, okay, I want them to meet this 12-year-old hacker and cybersecurity expert. So this is the one that I want to assign. I've already seen the questions in Edpuzzle. I'm good with those. I'm going to click next. I do want them to not skip, so I'm going to put prevent skipping, but if you're okay with them skipping questions, you could turn that off. Or if you have a student who requires subtitles, you can turn on the closed captioning, which allows for that accommodation. You can assign it when you're ready. Now we're not done. This is the most important step to making sure we get that grade. I see the assignment, I see the external tool, but after I've added it, I'm gonna go to the toggle down menu and I'm gonna click Edit. And this is how I'm gonna be able to see those grades. I don't need to touch anything here. The only thing I need to do is click this button that says Enable Grading. That allows me to collect grades from Edpuzzle and it will populate my gradebook. I'm going to say that this assignment is due on Friday the 29th. I have to make sure that there is a category. I can even assign this to individual students. So if I see a student who is struggling and they need additional help, I can assign them some Edpuzzles to help scaffold their understanding. And then I will click Save Changes. So now that we've created the assignment and we've enabled grading, let's go check out what it looks like in the gradebook. So if you click on your gradebook, you'll see all of your students and the assignments you have for the course. You can scroll over to where we put the Edpuzzle and you'll see it has already created a column for us to use. So meet a 12-year-old hacker and cybersecurity expert. The grading column is there, and when my students take the Edpuzzle assessment, their grades will automatically be populated into this column. Now the best thing is I didn't have to enter or gather these results, and when I want to send this to TAC, if this is an actual graded assignment that I want to share with parents and students, you know that all you have to do is go to the clipboard and sync it with your TAC, and suddenly you have grades in the gradebook and you didn't have to take home a single paper. I love using Edpuzzle. I think it's a really great way to flip your classroom. I know in science, I used to assign Edpuzzles the night before, and then right when students walked in the door, I would look at their data and either differentiate the lesson based on their results, or I would also say, like, this is your entrance ticket for you to come to lab or class today. I want you to have this completed the night before. And pretty soon that became our culture. And we actually were able to maximize more of the time than we spent together in the classroom. So I hope that you will use Edpuzzle. If you have questions, please come and find me. But it's a really, really awesome tool, and it's wonderful that we have the paid pro version of the account. So again, have a great time with Edpuzzle and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.